What up, though? Interesting times. you know, um, you shouldn't get mad if somebody doesn't want you here. You shouldn't get upset. You shouldn't throw a hissy fit. You don't even have to come at anybody with threats. The only thing you got to do is leave. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard, but you know, even looking at this right here, let me tell y'all something. This is some white privilege shit right here in itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to get out of my house and you upset because you got to go. And then you say, come purge my way. I got something for ya. You got something for me, huh? I bet you do. I seen what you got and I seen what you provide. You know what I'm saying? I seen what you bring to the table and I'm not moved and I'm not impressed. You know what I'm saying? And you have nothing for me at all. You know what I'm saying? But it's shit like this is why we're back with part two. You know what I'm saying? So welcome back. Now, the last time you was here, I showed you guys a series of videos. And in those series of videos, I made a starter link connection and I showed you why what Anthony Joshua said was valid, it was potent, and it was right on time. You know what I'm saying? To be totally honest with you, that was actually Anthony Joshua having an Ali moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? He need to tip his hat because he got something in the books. You know what I'm saying? Because how does the saying goes? You know, if you ever want to, congratulations if you made some enemies, because that means you stood up for something good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. But anyways, back to it. I showed you guys a series of videos and I made some connections and I showed you something. And what you're supposed to get away from that first video was simply this. There's two ways that you can fight your enemy and one way that you can do it peacefully. Okay? Two ways you can fight your enemy is to bust him back. You know what I'm saying? Fight fire with fire. Give him the same shit that he's giving you. Or you do it with your finances. So let me say it again. Two ways to fight your enemy. It's only one way to do it peacefully. All right? Now, let's move on to the second one. Now, in those videos, I showed you a video. In those videos, I showed you a video. In that video, I showed you a video. Okay? And one of those videos you should have paid close attention to because it was so much that you can learn right there. It was so revealing. And it's something that nobody can be able to shove back under the rug, okay? And that was the first video. So I'm going to play it again and see if you're paying attention and see if you can catch it this time.
Yeah. We do what we do.
What do you guys do?
You're a fucking nigger.
What do you guys do? What is it that you guys do? What is it that you guys do?
Shut the fuck up.
What is it that you guys
You
do?
piss me off.
What is it that you guys do?
Fuck, you piss me off.
You see that? Because it was very telling.
I
She
do
said,
too,
this is
too.
why we,
Don't fucking piss me off.
and the guy
Alright.
said, this is why y'all
No
what?
problem. Please
This
stop
is why y'all
following me.
what?
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
we do what we do.
What do you guys do?
Fuck up.
What is it that you guys do?
Don't piss me off.
What is it that you guys do?
Fuck, you piss me off.
Now, before I go any further, let me say something to you. Does Jan Karen or whatever her name is right here, does she strike you as a person that could tell you the capital of Michigan? Does she strike you as a person that know who the 38th president is? Does she strike you as a person that basically is connected and knows what's going on with life? No. Her biggest stress in life is finding out where she's going to get a pecan and apple salad. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And even somebody on a basic sedity, rudimentary level of walking through life carefree and enjoying all the privileges of being a female in America and white. You know what I'm saying? As much as her head is up in the clouds, you see, it's not so much up in the clouds where she cannot recognize that what her people do to your people on a massive level. Because as you can see, even in a drunken state, you know what I'm saying? This basic American, spoiled, white privileged woman would manage to say to you, see, this is why we, and let me fill in that gap for you. What she was going to tell you is, see, this is why we kill you motherfuckers.
That's why
Yeah.
we do what we do.
What do you guys do?
You're a fucking nigger.
What do you guys do?
That's why
Yeah.
we
Kill you motherfuckers. And he was like, this is why y'all what? This is why you what? Because she is aware, even somebody who's not concerned with anything about life that don't concern her, even she recognizes and understand that the police kill you at a staggering rate. This is why when you heard all those videos, they talked about the police as if they were their ally. You know what I'm saying? They use the police as a weapon. And what she say? Yeah, I got police watching me, and I got the KKK too.
Please back
Come
up,
on, you
please.
fucking nigger. I got the KKK right here.
That's
They're
fine.
watching you invisibly. They're watching you.
Oh, that's cool.
They're watching you. Come on,
That's
nigger.
cool. Can you please back
Come
up,
on,
please?
nigger.
Can you please back up, please?
Come on, nigger.
All that man deserved because you got kicked out of somewhere and he did his job and called a taxi for you and stood outside to make sure you were safe while that taxi came to pick you up. And she challenged him and tried to fight him and tried to insult him and then claimed she got the police and the KKK watching him. That's because she is aware, just like everybody else is aware. Let me play it again for you. There's more.
I never put my head down.
That's why.
I'm a nigger and I'm proud of it. What do you guys have to do?
Niggers.
What do you have to do?
Niggers.
What do you have to do?
Niggers.
What do you have to do?
Fuck you. Fuck shit up.
What do you have to do?
So did you hear it? She said that's why we do what we have to do. We beat niggers. Is it a question now? You think they don't know what happens to you on a regular basis? You think they don't see it? There's some that may see it and don't like it, but they won't say anything. And that's what they don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't feel that way, this, that. But you see it and you don't say anything.
You guys do.
You pissed me off.
I didn't do anything to you.
Don't fucking piss me off.
Alright.
No.
No problem. Can you please stop following me? You have a good night.
I'm not following you.
Yes, you are.
Fucking nigger.
That's fine.
Fucking nigger.
That's fine.
You fucking nigger.
That's fine.
Put your head fucking down.
I'm not putting my head
You're
down.
a fucking nigger.
I never.
And it's a reason why I use females, because females is the pure indicator and the pure revealer of the fact of that there is privileges given out in this country, and they are the one person that recognize their privilege and their position of power. Just like they was aware, if I say this about a man, he'll lose his livelihood, his job, blah 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 blah. People are aware of their power. So once again, if these white women who's supposed to be so scared of these black men are so quick to jump off in their face, and once again, to prove to y'all this is not an isolated incident.
Here's the dog. Here's the big biter. Here's the bug.
Excuse me, you're invading my private. Look.
All right, good. Got it.
What's your name again?
I'm Lisa.
Lisa, what's your last name?
What is your name?
My first instinct is, again? This? Again?
Well, we're not doing anything illegal.
Neither am I.
Yes, you are actually.
Really? Oh, okay, well then, call the cops.
Thank you. We will do.
Lisa and Robert.
Yeah.
I'll be right here. And she decided to call men with guns because of my chalk art.
Juanilo says he knows many of the police officers in the neighborhood and that they didn't even get out of their car shortly after this video was taken.
I'm a person of color in Pacific Heights. This is San Francisco's maybe richest, whitest hood.
Juanilo says he's a proud gay Filipino who knows what discrimination feels like.
So this isn't the first time I've experienced fear, maybe even a little bit of loathing that just kind of creeps out.
Birchbox, a makeup distribution service, posted this on its Instagram account, saying it has officially cut ties with LaFace and condemns the actions of Lisa Alexander.
And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property.
We actually do know.
And they see evidence of little racist jokes or behavior.
He is crazy.
You're crazy.
I'm absolutely crazy.
See? Good. You just hit me, right? You just hit me, right? You just hit me.
And I have that on camera too. Thank you.
God.
Yeah, bye. Crazy. Shame on you.
Okay, I don't know how many videos I could dig up of white women feeling so honoring that they could put anybody on blast, tell them where to go. They can't go in their own apartment building. Kids can't sell water.
A little girl was trying to sell bottled water so she could go to Disneyland.
Aaron Austin, who took this video.
She calling the police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want,
The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Austin tells a different story.
She never asked us to be quiet. She just came out and directly demanded to see a permit to sell water from an 8-year-old.
Saturday Night Live cast member Cecily Strong parodied the incident with her own video.
This woman is calling the police on the flowers for drinking the water.
Okay, illegally drinking my water. Okay? Illegally drinking my water.
Some on social media say they're reminded of a similar incident in Oakland 2 months ago. A woman dubbed Barbecue Becky called police to report an African-American man grilling in an area where it wasn't allowed. Some say both incidents are racially motivated.
That woman thought that she could use her white privilege, and it didn't work.
Edel says she's now gotten thousands of hateful emails.
All kinds of threats. Horrible images and death threats.
You can't stand nowhere. You can't be sitting on a couch. You can't sleep in a lobby. You can't be waiting for a plane. You can't be waiting for a taxi. You can't be changing your tire on the side of the road. You can't mow your own lawn. You can't be in your own backyard. And evidently, you can't be in your own house sitting on your couch and eating ice cream without worrying about the police coming in there and killing you. And the reason why I bring her up is simply this. It's to show you that they are aware, but they will never stand up against it or admit it on a massive level. But let them get angry at you and they will show you just how aware of your situation in America is. Do you know how many times I done got into it with people on the internet and their number one go-to line is, I can't wait for the police to pull you over so you can get shot? Yes, I've been told that for years, and sometimes I've even been told that by black women. That's how much people are aware that this shit happens to you. So the moral of the story is, don't look for them to admit it. When I do these videos, you think it's to prove to them that we're being mistreated and this is wrong and all. No, I do this shit for you. For you and you alone, because they never will admit it. You think it's hard to see? Let me tell you how easy it is to see. The president of the Philippines can recognize that you unjustly and wrongfully shoot down and murder the black citizens in America.
It can happen. It happens in America. They're shooting the blacks there. It shows on TV. It shows on TV. What's the difference between America and the Philippines? Nothing. So what is surprising here is surprising to us. We see a policeman there shooting a black guy there. How many times had it happened in the past? That's why you have the violent demonstration. So, would it surprise you and me? Almost the same. One case only, 3 cases. So what? It involves the same principle. Say, for every 1 black there dead, you have about 5 here. And so, does it make this world more livable because there is less killing? When you shoot a black there, dead, what is that? Is that not appalling?
That's why.
When you bomb Syria and Iraq, and you kill communities, and you kill children and old people and hospital, what is it? And why is it that United States is not doing anything? I do not read anybody in that stupid body complaining about the stench there of that. Look at the iconic boy that was taken out from the rubble. And he was made to sit in the ambulance. And we saw it. So what's the difference? Life of a criminal, or maybe he was really rubbed out. We cannot discount it. But what do you think what the Americans did to the black people there? Is that not rubbing out also? I say, well, it was just one community there, one state of America. Well, but you have there about 10. So what's the difference? Are we here for the counting or the basic principles of human rights? Almost the same.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Look at that. And that's the president of the Philippines. And he can see it from over there. Yet you got your white brother and sister standing right next to you to say, oh, no, I don't know. No, what are you talking about? It's no racism. Barack Obama was president. You see? So they're never going to admit it. And this is why there's a huge problem. Because when you are aware, silence is a form of agreement. And they never stand up against this. They're never the first one to call to arms and say, this is wrong. Let me check my people. Let me say, no, they don't do that. They only want to show up after you manage to scurry up enough self-respect for yourself to tell people to stop doing something to you. You put up a front. Now here they come, but they got something to say to you. That is complete bullshit. So it's to let you know they're all aware of what happened to you. They all aware that you're being unjustly killed. Everybody is aware of what happens to you. They just don't give a fuck enough about you to say something. And just like that man said in one of those videos that I told you, they will racially discriminate against them at the door of a club. But once you get in that club, they're playing Nicki Minaj, the baby. They're playing your music. See, he said, you bump to our music, but you racially discriminate against us as a person. Take a good look at Anthony Joshua. They're willing to share his accomplishments and his accolades and credit it to the country, but they don't want to give him the self-human respect that everybody else is walking this street has and deserves. Ain't that a bitch? Now, I just got one question for you. If this is your past and this is your present and this is your past and this is currently your present, then let me ask you a question. What is your future going to look like? You want me to answer? The same damn thing. The only person that changes it is you.